Yes, yes, yes. What is happening? Hope you're good. The sun is just coming over the top. It's the start of a brand new week. I'm going to get ready to go. And today we're going to talk about 6 ways you can lead yourself better. They might not be the most obvious ones that you would think of, but these are, I think, are 6 things that I really feel are going to help you to lead your better life, to lead those people around you. Make sense? All right, let's get into it. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman, and if you are coming through, then please do let me know by hitting the love heart button and commenting down below. And this is where I want you to get engaged with this, okay? So you can almost look at this as an interactive masterclass, if you like. Let me know if you feel like, in fact, score yourself out of 10 and how well you lead yourself, okay? You can't score yourself 7. So between 1 and 10, or 0 and 10, 0 being not very well, 10 being pretty good, I want you to score yourself. How well do you lead yourself? Put your score in the comments, okay? Cool. So I'm going to go through these 6 ways that you can lead yourself better. I don't think this is something that we talk about enough as guys, right? Like our whole mantra behind the elite movement is lead you to lead them. What does that even mean? And I think it's about understanding that if we are going to make a difference within our little bubble, our little world, we've really got to be showing up as the leader of that. Because, as you well know, if there is no leader, there is just chaos. And when chaos reigns, it brings with it all of the negative emotions that we don't want to deal with. Okay, all of those negative emotions that we just don't want to have to face. So, in order to keep our life on the right track, we have to be able to lead ourselves. But there are other people in your family who also might be feeling the same, who might need guidance, who might need leadership, who might need direction, support. And if we're not being that leader to ourselves, how can we lead those people around us, right? That's who we're trying to become. We're trying to become that leader to ourselves to lead everyone else around us so that you're in control, you're fit and healthy, you've got direction, you're moving in the right direction, as well as helping everyone else get there, all right? So these are a couple of things that I think might be able to help you along the way, all right? As we go through them, let me know if it's something that you embrace or it's something that maybe you don't really sort of connect with. So the first one, for me, I've written here is embrace vulnerability. Vulnerability. Being vulnerable and open about your weaknesses and struggles can help you build stronger connections with others and enhance personal growth. Okay? So the first one is embrace vulnerability. Trying to tell that to a man and asking them to accept being vulnerable is very difficult. Because the stereotype of the gender, maybe because of your background, maybe because of your status, maybe because of your belief system. But I think like vulnerability is actually a strength, which is why it's on the list of leaderships, okay, things that make you a better leader. When we look at this, being vulnerable and open about your weaknesses and struggles shows a high self-mastery intelligence, because you have self-awareness. You can recognize and self-acknowledge what you're going through to be able to change that, right? And if you go about changing the way that you are and you're more self-aware and you're more self-acceptant of the things that are not going your way or the things that are the struggles, man, that's a high level like performer. That's a high performer. That's what we would call an elite operator. So we're going to lead ourselves. We have to understand our weaknesses and struggles. We have to allow ourselves to be vulnerable to then build on that, okay? It's kind of like looking at the cracks in the foundations and going to repair them so that you can build yourself up, right? Okay, that's number 1. How well do you deal with vulnerability? Do you feel that you're vulnerable to everyday life? Do you feel like you're vulnerable to everyday life? Is it something that you struggle to accept? Everyone's different. Number 2, practice gratitude. practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude by regularly reflecting on the things that you're thankful for can help you cultivate a more positive mindset and improve your overall well-being. So I'm writing these from a small, not report, it's not a book, but it's like a handbook that I'm putting together. So that's why it sounds so formal. Okay, so basically when we look in here, we're reflecting on the things that you are thankful for. Okay, so I think this is something that we don't do enough. If I'm honest with myself, I could do more of this. And I always feel like gratitude is the anchor to our lives, because we forget what a good situation we're in. I mean, I'm sitting here and I don't have to worry about missiles coming in and above me. I've got a phone that I can talk to you on, communicate. I've got a flask of coffee here. And I feel like so grateful for these things, but I don't connect with that enough. And that makes me feel slightly humble sometimes when I start getting annoyed about the most micro thing. I then have to bring myself back with some level of anchoring, so to speak. And that for me is gratitude. And sometimes I think men forget what they've got. We take it for granted sometimes. And I think that part of being a good leader is recognizing the things that we have around us, okay, and accepting them and nurturing them and being around them. Do you know what I mean? So do you practice gratitude? Okay, how often do you practice gratitude? What are the things that you're most grateful for? Okay, so if you put, let's do that in the comments. Put what's the top thing that you are most grateful for, okay? And if you're listening to this on the podcast, you can write it down on your phone or you can keep it in your mind. What's that one thing, okay, that you're really grateful for? Maybe it's just being alive, you know? Okay, so number 3, create a personal type of like manifesto, mantra type thing. Developing a personal manifesto that outlines your values, beliefs and goals can help you stay focused on what's important and guide your decision making. So the key word for me when I was writing this is very much like that outlines your values, beliefs and goals. Beliefs, right, values and beliefs. What do you believe in? Like, what do you believe in? What are your values? And I think that when we're the leader and we understand ourselves better and we can create a manifesto, like a mantra or a guide or something along those lines for us, it really highlights to us what we're trying to achieve. It really helps us understand who we're becoming, because I think there's a big identity crisis for men because they don't know what the values are, they don't know what their beliefs are, they don't know what direction they're going. And I think when we can connect with it and we can create something that we want to be, like a manifesto that we can look at every single morning, you can put on your screenshot on your phone, okay, and I think it's a really good exercise to do. Okay, I hope the wind's not disrupting the sound. Who do you want to be? And it could be an exercise for you to do this week. Go away, write out a manifesto, stick it on your fridge, stick it on your mirror, stick it somewhere you're going to see every single day, stick it on your phone, and live to it. It's almost like the Bible or your 10 Commandments that you show up to, right? Okay, number 4, build. So build a solid surrounding, okay? Surround yourself with a group of trusted, and this is how I put it, advisors, okay? You'll be surprised, who can offer guidance and support, who can help you make better decisions and achieve your goals. So I've put advisors here because often the top 5 people that we hang around with, you almost become the byproduct of those people, right? And I think about the people that are around me and advising me. So when people are advising you, they're almost giving you information for you to help you make a decision with what direction you're going to go in your life. So if you have got bad guidance, you are going to make bad decisions. There is no two ways about it. Being part of a leader is about being around the right people who are going to give you the right advice and help you build you and get you in a direction. So when I go to certain people for advice, I always go to the same people because I always know they're going to give me good advice. And I have spent chapters and parts of my life where I've been around the wrong people and they've given me poor guidance. And I've not really thought about it and got off and made a bad decision and gone, why did I listen to that dude? Why did I ask that dude? Why is that dude in my life? I'll do that. Do you know what I mean? So I think making sure that you're around a decent board, I call it like the board. You could call your top 5 people the board, okay? And we have boards in directors, in companies, and your own business, and they all get around to make the final decision, which is why I called it build a decent board of advisors. Number 5, engage in active listening. Men are terrible at listening. Like we either hear or we listen. When we hear, it's when you can hear a noise, but you're not absorbing it. So usually we do this with the wife, right? Okay, or the coach. So actively listening to others and truly seeking understanding, understand their perspectives can help you build stronger relationships, improve your communication skills. Okay. Where I feel like this fits in best is within key relationships. Communication and understanding are 2 of the key components to making a marriage, a relationship, really successful. Really successful. But men do not communicate themselves in the right way to their partners. They don't open up. They don't talk about their weakness. They don't talk about their vulnerabilities. They don't talk about the... Not everyone. Like, I'm not saying like every single man does this, but the majority. So whenever I talk to a man or he's going through his accountability or he's opening up and I kind of think, have you told your wife this? No. The whole dynamics changes when you open up and communicate and your wife understands you better. This is key. This is key to moving forwards. Right, number 6. Embrace failure. Embrace failure. Embracing failure is a natural part of the learning process, and it can help you be more resilient and more equipped to handle challenges and setbacks. Not enough of you are failing enough, though, I don't think. But when we fail, it means that we're showing up. When we don't fail, it usually means that we're playing safe. And we're staying in our bubble, safe bubble. And I think part of being a leader or leading yourself better is embracing that. Do you know what? Sometimes it's not going to go your way. Sometimes you're not going to be in the right frame of mind. Sometimes people are not going to understand you. Sometimes you're just going to mess up. Do you know what I mean? And that's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. But we eat it up. We process it. We understand it. And then we go, okay, I'm a little bit wiser. Let's crack on. What we don't do is go, I feel really sorry for myself. Who's going to save me? Who's going to save me? I'm just not going to show up anymore. You know, it's baffling, like the amount of people that quit too early. So early. They just give up. They just give up. Anyway, listen, I hope those 6 things help you and set you up for the day. Let me know what your number 1 takeaway from the show was. I hope you have an incredible week. I'll see you Wednesday ready to go.